Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. And videos today from Male Choices. Why modern women believe that men can't condemn their spending. Please like and start them below. I really appreciate that. See that, Chow. Chow.
Why don't you ever talk about the men that don't pay child support?
Because it's women like you who spread your legs for guys like that. Why don't you ever talk about the responsibility of women who choose irresponsible males to procreate with and then complain later when they're irresponsible?
So I have a story about Tom Leggett. He is huge. He was huge in LA area. He used to have his own radio show here and everything. I listened to it. I have a friend that listened to it a lot too. His name is David. You know how we talked about, if you don't fall on your face or, you don't hit that rock bottom, you don't receive any of this information. I knew about a lot of this stuff, but I didn't fall on my face yet. I couldn't absorb any of it. I thought he was like the harshest piece of shit out there. He hated women, all this when I was younger. Now I look at it and it's just like, no, I was just an idiot.
Oh, no.
The women who have a one-nighter with a bartender or a guy on a motorcycle or a musician, and then you complain later on the guy's a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat to begin with.
Why nobody can ever talk to you because you don't let anybody...
People talk to me all day long. You can't talk to me.
No, I'm trying to talk to you and you're talking over...
Dear, don't tell me how to do a radio show. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't need your help.
Oh, okay. Let me. Can I please just say this? I was married once before, okay? Mm-hmm. My husband and I had a child together.
Right.
After I was tired of him beating me for 2 years, I left him.
Really? But why did you tolerate it for 2 years? Can you tell me why you tolerated being beaten for 2 years? I'd like to hear about this.
My answer to that is because I was young and stupid.
Okay, I agree with you.
There you go.
You were stupid. No doubt about it. And now what are you going to complain that he doesn't pay child support? A guy who beat you for 2 years? Imagine that. The guy is irresponsible.
Right.
He beat me for 2 years, and now that deadbeat doesn't pay.
So why is it my
There's your big concern. Now we see why you're so upset about this. You chose a manifestly irresponsible, violent individual to procreate with. Then you're amazed that the guy doesn't send you child support.
He didn't beat me until
you're still, you know what, dear? You were young and
accountability, boys. It's fucking kryptonite.
Stupid. Now you're old and stupid. I mean, you're still stupid.
Oh, my God. You are
still stupid. You expect a guy who beat you for 2 years now to suddenly become responsible.
I cannot even believe
You're insane.
It is unbelievable.
You can't believe what?
I can't believe that you're still on the radio.
I'm on the radio because I'm right, and I'm on the radio because I've got millions of listeners. That's why.
Yeah, well, you've just lost one.
Dear, you're not the target demographic. I really don't give a rat's ass. I'll bet your husband would agree with me. I'll bet your...
it's when women come on my thing and simps and white knights come on. Oh, you're fucking this. I'm going to report your videos. Who gives a fuck? You guys aren't my main audience. My main audience is men. As long as I'm helping out a few men a day here and there with their goddamn daily lives to get over everything that's happening to us, I'm doing all right. I don't care if a few of you hate me for the rest of my life. Thank God. I don't want to be loved like that anyways.
Your ex-husband would really agree with me. She hung up. Look at that. He beat me for 2 years, and now, can you imagine? He doesn't send child support. Forgets to send it. I can't believe that deadbeat. First he beat me, and I'm saying, I'm spreading my legs. I'm saying, okay, impregnate me, let's have a baby. So the guy's beating me, okay? After 2 years of beating me, I left his ass because I got tired of being beaten. And now, he didn't send child support anymore. By the way, isn't that a proof of what I've been saying? Oh, women, we're independent. We can do it without men. We don't need men. Now you're taking your abuser and you're saying, the guy doesn't send me any money. You gotta be kidding me. Guy didn't send you any money. The guy is insane. You hooked up with a guy who beat the crap out of you, and now you wonder why he didn't send you any money. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. Women are not...
It's wild, isn't it? When someone can be both on point and animated, effortlessly calling out the BS most people are too afraid to touch. That's the kind of power that really shakes things up.
It does.
Especially when it comes to exposing the behaviours that women think they can sweep under the rug. Let's take a closer look. You've got these women out there chasing so-called adventures, completely oblivious to the wreckage they're leaving behind. They're so lost in the thrill of the moment that accountability isn't even a word in their vocabulary. They make reckless decisions, whether it's with relationships, money, or even raising their kids, and when everything inevitably goes south, they're the first to start pointing fingers. It's like they're living in this bubble where they can do no wrong, and the concept of responsibility. That's just for everyone else, not them. But here's where it gets really twisted. The moment someone with the guts to speak the truth calls them out, they flip out. They can't handle the idea that their actions actually have consequences. Instead of facing the music, they dig in their heels and spew out more excuses. It's almost pathetic to watch because, let's be real, without accountability, you're just stuck in this pathetic cycle of failure, never growing, never improving. And that's the biggest joke of all these women are so busy avoiding the truth. They're sabotaging their own potential.
Yep.
They're so wrapped up in their own delusion.
That's why none of these women really have futures. We talk about this. Their future is just cat ladies. They are not willing to make any type of concession. They're not willing to do any type of internal work themselves because it's never their fault.
They can't even see that they're the architects of their own misery. Instead of leveling up, they're stuck playing the blame game, and honestly, it's about time someone called them out on it.
Why you should try dating an older woman is because she'll help you become accountable. She'll show you how to
Does she even know how to do that herself?
be the most loyal, amazing partner ever.
Lies.
And she will lead by example.
Lies.
So pay close attention, not to the words that she speaks, but at the actions that she takes.
Oh, that's exactly what we do, girl. And we've seen the actions. And you guys are for the streets.
Because the actions are what separate the fantasy from the reality. So, food for thought today. Love you.
You know, at first glance, this seems like solid advice almost too good to argue
Right.
with. And honestly, I can't find any real flaws in what she's saying, except for the glaringly obvious one. I've told men time and time again, never follow a woman's words, follow her actions. And here she is preaching the same thing, pay close attention, not to the words she speaks, but to the actions she takes. On that point, I agree 100%.
Yep.
But let's not forget, this exact same woman is a corn star, using her social media to reel in only fans. Isn't it just fantastic how a woman who sells her videos and gets ploughed online thinks she's somehow qualified to give advice on how to achieve a healthy relationship with women her age? The irony is almost too much to handle.
You know, it's just funny. Always people say the irony about me. I'm single. I'm 37. I give advice about dating and relationships. I don't really give advice about relationships like that. I give advice about avoiding fucked up women. That's what my advices are about. I don't know what to do in a relationship, guys. I was a fucking simp in my marriage, so... But as I see now, as I'm learning, I'm just telling you guys the best thing to do when dealing with women. Relationships, that's all on you guys.
But hey, there are plenty of beta simps out there who throw money at her. So I guess she's found her audience. It's laughable that someone who's made a career out of exploiting men's weaknesses thinks she has any credibility when it comes to giving relationship advice. But in a world where the blind lead the blind, I suppose it's no surprise.
Mr. Bridges, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I found out that she has a little bit more money, and I wanted a little bit more for the child.
Okay. How old is the child?
12.
How did you find out she had more money?
The child told me.
What? You asked the child or the child told you?
Oh, the child told me. Came back from visiting with her and is like, Mama has more money.
What? Where did he say this money came from?
He didn't tell me. He kind of only heard little bits. I think it's from the life insurance policy that she has, and only way
He's
I think of that is
He's
that she got a
lying.
loan. Oh.
Ma'am.
He's lying.
Ma'am, when I get to you, you'll have your opportunity to speak, okay? So, the child said life insurance?
Yeah, they said something about like life, so I'm guessing it's a life insurance policy, and only way to really do something with that.
When did he tell you this?
Oh, wait. Hold on one second, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me let you know how this goes, okay? I do all the question asking. You address me. Do not address each other. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Now, is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I mean, the child did tell me what he believes she was using it for.
What did he say she was using it for? Because I think that matters.
No.
Purses?
Purses?
Yes.
Purses? What kind of purse? Like the one she has on the table there?
And I don't know purses, so I can't say. I just know that he said Mama's got new purses.
Oh, okay. So, Mama, tell me about these purses.
What? I'm an interior designer, so I have to make sure that I match with everything I wear.
Okay, and you have to make sure that you have the money to buy that, right?
Well, I go bargain shopping.
Okay.
There's a lot of good purses out there, but I go shopping for my son too. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's
So
saying.
you're saying that your son didn't tell him that you took money out of a life insurance policy?
No.
Well, let
No,
me ask you
I don't
this:
think so.
did you take money out of a life insurance policy? It's
Maybe.
a yes or no. It's not an
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
so he was not lying then. You called him a liar. He's not lying about that. You took money.
Life insurance is actually pretty damn nice, guys. I sell life insurance. I'm not trying to like push it onto you guys, but the reason I sell it is because when we were younger, there was like this financial guru slash like really up there guy in Cambodia, or from Cambodia, or not from Cambodia, but he was Cambodian, sorry. And he was like the representative for a lot of us business owners in the community. And he like pushed out life insurance to us and explained a lot of life insurance to us. And tell you the truth, it has helped our family tremendously throughout all of the years of just being able to take out loans against the life insurance here and there to buy businesses or to buy homes, or just to even, God forbid, when someone passes away, it really does help ease a lot of things. One story about life insurance is my mom. Her life insurance lapsed February of the year she passed. That was a devastating thing to learn because me and my dad were a little bit estranged slightly at the time still, and I wasn't really talking to him too much. But I knew my mom had life insurance. I just didn't know if he was still taking care of it or not. So when she passed in November, I asked my dad, I was like, but Dad, is there life insurance so I can use it to, make the arrangements and stuff? Because I was handling everything. I handled all the arrangements. I had to pay for everything. So I was hoping to get a little bit of ease back from the life insurance. And my dad was like, no, it lapsed in February. And I was just like, that was probably one of the, not that I'm like upset at my dad or anything or mad at him, but that was such upsetting news at the time, when just like we spent so much time and effort paying these policies, and when the time comes that my mom actually passes, we don't have a policy for her. And it was a $300,000 policy. It would have paid for a lot of the arrangements. I would have buried her instead of cremating her because I didn't have the funds to bury her. So again, I'm not trying to push life insurance. It's just something that I think everybody should look into. It is quite a wealth builder also. My suggestion to all of my friends and everybody that I always meet when they have kids is when they're pregnant or they're about to have kids or they have like very young kids, get your kids some life insurance policies. Why? Because life insurance for them is like literally $20 a month. But you're paying into a nice fund for them that they get to use later in life, especially when they're 18 or something, for college. They can pull against it. Or you pay 20 years of that policy, and then all of a sudden that policy has enough money in it that it pays for itself through interest. Those are the great things about life insurance. Does everybody need it? I almost want to say yes, but can everybody afford it? No.
Yeah, how much did you take out?
$30,000.
$30,000 out of a life insurance policy to buy purses? What kind of purses are you buying?
A lot of purses.
Like what? What kind of bag is that?
It's a Michael Kors.
Okay, you know what? You obviously came here to waste my time. You did.
So here's the juicy story. Karen, because what else would you call her, thought she had the whole game figured out. She was out there living her so-called best life, blowing money left and right like it was going out of style. But guess what? She didn't count on her 12-year-old son, the real MVP here, spilling the beans to his dad.
I love kids.
That's right, her own kid ratted her out.
They always tell the truth. It's so funny when I go see my cousins and they say stupid shit to my aunts. I'm just like...
Feeling that she was sitting on way more cash than she let on. Now, Karen's been dragged into court, and let me tell you, this isn't your run-of-the-mill child support case. We're talking about a woman who dropped $30,000 on purses. Yeah, you heard me, $30,000 on handbags. She waltzed into that courtroom thinking she could play the victim, but all she did was waste everyone's time and show how utterly out of touch she really is. Let's break this down. Karen thought she could fool everyone, pretending she was financially strapped, but her son, bless his honest little heart, couldn't keep up the charade. He told his dad the real story, and the dad, like any smart man, took that straight to court. And guess what? The judge wasn't buying Karen's crocodile tears for a second. She was ordered to pay up, and let's be honest, it's about time she got what's coming to her. Think about the audacity here. This woman had the nerve to blow $30,000 on luxury bags while probably whining that she couldn't afford to support her own kid. It's a glaring example of someone who's more obsessed with flaunting her wealth than stepping up to her responsibilities. And she got caught red-handed by her own son.
It's not even flaunting her own wealth. It's flaunting wealth she doesn't have.
No less. This is why the court system exists, to smack down people like Karen who think they can game the system. She thought she could manipulate everyone around her, but in the end the truth came out, and now she's facing the harsh reality of her selfish choices. Karen's actions are the epitome of selfishness and irresponsibility. She was too busy parading her wealth to care about her own child's well-being, and now she's finally paying the price. It's about time someone like her got put in her place, showing that you can't just put your own greed above your responsibilities and expect to get away with it. Karen's story is a hard lesson in accountability, and trust me, she had it coming.
I'm not making
That was not my question. As an interior designer, how much money are you making?
$60,000.
$60,000. So you took out a loan against a life insurance policy for $30,000. That's half of what you make as an interior designer. And you did it to buy bags. You didn't do it to spend on this child. Who does the child live with?
Him.
Child lives with him. And has she given you any money additionally for the child?
No.
Ma'am,
I've
what
given
do
him
you have
some.
to say about that?
He's lying. Puro mentiras. You're just lying.
I don't even know what you just said, so I'm not going to even entertain it. Let's talk about the monies, okay? So at $60,000, I'm going to calculate your gross for that. And I'm also going to calculate that gross for that $30,000 that you have. Where is that money housed right now?
Nowhere,
it's in my
because it's
account
gone.
somewhere.
So, don't play with me. In your account somewhere. In like a bank account sitting. You're not doing anything with it.
It's somewhere safe where he don't need to be touching it.
You know what? Well, he's definitely getting ready to touch it because I'm getting ready to do these numbers. The $60,000 a year, I have your gross at $4,800. Your net for that is $3,935.18. Then on that $30,000 that you have in a safe place, the gross is $2,500. I have your net, let me make sure this is right, $2,144.63. Total net of $6,079.81. Who carries health insurance for the child?
I do.
Okay, how much is health insurance?
About 120.
120, okay. Is that for you and the child or for the child only?
Child only.
Okay, child only. And I see here you did not ask for medical reimbursement. I'm just going to have you continue that coverage, okay? You continue the coverage for that. And then at a later date, we may entertain reimbursement for her, but you didn't ask for it today, okay?
Understood.
So, net $6,079.
See, men aren't out there going to court trying to steal money from women. It's just, hey, you got a big chunk of money that you took from a life insurance policy. Well, spend some money on the kid.
$81 that bring your child support amount to $1,215.97.
I mean, ugh.
You have anything else to say? You want to tell me about some more money you have in a safe place so I can make that child support amount go up?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you don't have anything further then, I'm guessing, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have anything further, Mr. Bridges?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you all are dismissed.
My judge.
When someone like Karen is rude to a judge, it's pure arrogance and a lack of respect. People like her think they're above the rules, believing they can manipulate the situation or talk their way out of trouble. If Karen's used to getting her way outside of court, she might assume the same confrontational tactics will work in the courtroom. But being disrespectful to a judge is a dangerous...
That is a fucking direct sentence to jail. I've gone to court enough times to see some disrespectful people act disrespectful to the judge. They just get cuffed immediately.
game. Judges have the power to hold you in contempt, slap you with fines, or even jail time. Karen's rudeness is just a weak attempt to regain control after being exposed by her own son. But let's be real, it probably did more harm than good in her case.
I'm going to start documenting all of my dating history so you guys can see what it's like as a single woman over 40 that's trying to date in this generation. I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months. Different people. And I know you're going to say, oh, you should choose better people. Here is my theory. High value women are not considered worthy because our standards and expectations are too high. So, men will go for lower value women because they're lower maintenance. And when I mean lower maintenance, I'm not talking about the type of house you live in or what you look like. I'm talking about your character and your integrity, who you are in your core and what you stand for, your beliefs, your morals, your ethics, your standards, your expectations. Lower expectations equals lower effort, lower maintenance. Higher expectations equals higher maintenance. More effort.
I mean, you aren't wrong.
More than the bare minimum.
Ladies, let me break it down for you. If you're dating in your 40s post-wall and you're aiming to attract a high-quality man, you've got to play the game differently than your competition. Having a nose ring doesn't make you edgy or unique. If a man wants that, he's going for a 20-something, not you. And when you complain about being stood up, ghosted or lied to in 3 months of dating, I guarantee at least a dozen of my male viewers are thinking, cry me a river, sister.
Damn right.
That's a typical week for a guy. Now, let's talk about this idea of being a high-value woman. Here's some free game. You don't get to label yourself as high value. Men decide your value, not you. Just like men are considered high value because they possess what women want, women are judged by what men find valuable. So when you think being high maintenance and demanding more somehow makes you a high value woman, you're dead wrong. Demanding more doesn't make you worth more, just like raising the price of a burger, doesn't make it taste any better.
Yep.
And then you wonder why there are no customers lining up for what's between your buns. The truth is, value isn't self-proclaimed. It's determined by the market, so you might want to rethink your strategy.
Shout outs to Male Choices. New channel. I just discovered him. It seems like some of you guys already watched his channel, so give the man some support. Give people that I feature, people, even if I feature them and I talk shit about them, or we disagree, it doesn't mean I don't want to support them. Please subscribe them below. I really appreciate that. Cheers, next time.